Welcome back, everyone. My voice is still a little hit, but we got our piped 170. You guys seen that video the other day? Went out and cut. We're actually putting this on the dyno. We're going to see if the pipe is really any better than the muffler. So we're going to test on the dyno, pipe versus muffler. This is a stock Farmer Tech cylinder, but the piston is notched. I did notch the piston to give it a little bit more intake duration when it was in the race setup. This still has the big carb, no choke. All the plastics gutted back there, straight shot right out. Bigger carb, it is ground down a little bit, high and low adjustment. But a stock cylinder with the pipe, timing advance. We're going to test the pipe and the muffler. Then after the dyno, I've got that piece of dead cherry we were chopping on. I'll take the bigger end. This is only a 14-inch bar, but we'll take the bigger end and I'll hold it in the log splitter out there, and we'll be able to do some timed cuts, tune it, time it with the muffler, tune it, time it with the pipe. And we'll see if the pipe is actually any faster in the wood and what the dyno is. It really any faster on pipe in the wood than the muffler? Who knows? I don't know. Like I said, I was super happy with the way this performed in that cutting the other day. And so I was just kind of curious. Make a fun little limbing saw. This pipe's not so huge that it's really in the way. It's actually not too bad on such a light little saw. Then we'll probably be taking this one out to the wood pile more. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see us really test this. Parts are so cheap for this that it doesn't even matter if we blow it up. And secretly, I kind of want to see what will fail on it. That itty bitty little connecting rod. Will we just smoke a piston cylinder, hang a ring? But let me know where you guys want to see this go. If you just want to see it go in the trash can like the ported cylinder, maybe we'll quit messing with it too. But I do have these blue ones to get to once we get there. I just wanted my voice to come back fully because there's more talking. We're going to get into the base gaskets and other stuff on the... But let's see what this actually puts out on the dyno. .170 with a stock muffler, still in race spec, no air filter, no choke, modified carburetor, high-low screw. So this is still the race setup, but same as we just ran the pipe. But we just bolted a stock muffler onto our stock cylinder. So I'll double check, make sure the tune's just right. I'll make 2 or 3 cuts. We'll see exactly what the fastest cut is. We'll swap the pipe on and see how much of a gain the pipe gives us over this muffler. This is nice, pretty hard cherry. So we'll see what our little 30cc has, and then we'll see how much, if any, better the pipe is. I already can tell from the dyno this has got better low end. Ran out of fuel. Alright, now this is somewhat of a fuel hog now. Now, that definitely seemed to cut the fastest, leaned out like that. I'm not sure I'd want to cut up a whole tree like that. But it definitely seemed to work. And I think a lot of that has to do with that extra intake duration. It can really just wind up. So I'll get this pipe all warmed up good. Make a few cuts. Get the tune adjusted to where it cuts the fastest. We'll check the cut time. And we'll look at the power on the graph too. So those last couple cuts, I had it turned to about 16,000 on the pipe. And it just didn't seem like it wanted to go anymore. But we still had enough fuel to actually make these cuts. So we're not getting a whole lot bigger in size. I know for sure this was the first cut. So we didn't gain a whole lot of wood size, so that's good for our testing. Definitely got into some knots and stuff with the pipe, but it is what it is. Cherry's still good and solid. So we'll check those times. we'll check those times and we'll keep playing with our silly little saw. But let me know what you guys think. Is it worth it to run a pipe? This pipe's small enough, we almost could take it to work and limb and everything else. But I think this setup right here with a little bit of spray could have done darn well at Sawfest. But you live and learn. Now we know. Get the pipe done first, and then we'll grind the cylinder to match the pipe. Little by little, just checking on the dyno, checking in the wood, get everything dialed in as one complete package. But we'll take a look at the dyno numbers and see how well the dyno numbers hold up to in the wood result. So this green line right here is the stock cylinder with the stock muffler and our race setup. The big carb, open air horn, timing advance, and that notch piston for more intake duration. You can see, definitely makes and holds better low end. And I was honestly surprised to see how high this did peak. But we got 2.41 horse, 1.24 foot-pounds. This red line here was our race setup, stock cylinder, and the pipe. So we went from 2.41 to 2.81. I believe that's about a 16% increase in power. So we were as ported at Sawfest, and those just did not work. There's zero torque anywhere down here where we were actually getting to. Couldn't get up to use the RPM up top, just flat out didn't work. Gray line over here, that was our bone stock MS 170, just as we got it from the dealer. Made just under 2 horse. So from here to here is real close to a 50% gain just bolting on that pipe. Larger carburetor, the intake duration mod on the piston, and opening up that air horn elbow. So that's pretty impressive just on pipe alone. And I think any of the other pipe saws that I build, I'm going to get the pipe done first, and then I'm just going to keep tweaking the porting until it matches the pipe. Even this 2.4 horse with the muffler was super impressive just by adding on a larger carburetor, giving it more intake duration, and a timing advance. You know, no filter or nothing, so obviously reliability is going to be sacrificed with no filter on it. But that's a pretty healthy gain in power. I was super surprised to see that. But you got to have fuel to make the power, and if the stock stuff can't get it in, well, that's what you end up with. So check out one of these other videos, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks a lot, everyone.